Good morning, classmates. I am Gerald Cayo, your reporter for today. In this video, I will be discussing all the topics of Chapter 5, Inspection and Test. These chapters covers all the sections from 501 to 504. Now, an additional knowledge about inspection and test. So, what is this inspection and test? For the definition, an inspection is an organized examination or a formal evaluation exercise. In engineering exercises, inspection involves measurements, tests, and sometimes gauges are applied to certain characteristics regarding to an object being observed, while testing is also taking measures to check the quality. Now, proceeding to its sections, here we go to section 501.1 or inspection. Proceeding to its subsections, here's scope. If there is any changes done in a building where some portions of plumbing systems is affected or undergoes any changes, inspection shall be done by the administrative authority. This is done to ensure the compliance of this code. Advance notice. If you are the registered and licensed master plumber, it is your duty to inform that the installed plumbing system is ready for inspection 3 days before or earlier. Responsibility. It is the duty of the permit holder to make sure that the installed plumbing system will pass the test being prescribed before notifying the administrative authority who will do the test. And when we say permit holder, it is the assigned registered and licensed master plumber, as stated in section 101, to whom permits may be issued. It is also his duty to provide all the equipments and facilities required. Retesting. After the inspection is done by the administrative authority and finds out that the work has failed the test, correction shall be made and work will be submitted for another test or inspections. But still, the permittee shall provide an appropriate fee appearance for the inspector. If you are the permittee, you still need to provide a fee appearance for the inspector even if the said work has failed the test. When we say appearance fee, it is the amount of money we should pay to a person for taking part of the said event, such as inspection. Tests. In any cases, the test must be conducted in the presence of the administrative authority or its appointed representative. The inspector must witness the process of the inspection during the scheduled time to ensure that the work has purely passed or failed the test. Corrections. Back to the testing section, I stated earlier that the necessary corrections shall be done when the work has failed the test. Now, in this section, the said corrections or violations shall be written by the administrative authority itself and hand-delivered to the permittee or the master plumber at the site or work. In some cases, it shall be sent by registered mail directly to the permittee or its authorized representative. Approval. When the said work or installed plumbing system had completely passed the test, there will be a certificate of approval, which will be issued by the administrative authority to the permittee whenever it is required. Covering or use. All the plumbing works such as drainage system, building sewer, private sewer disposal system, or any part of it shall not be covered or put into use unless it is already tested and approved by the administrative authority. The work must pass the test first before covering or utilizing. Uncovering. As I said earlier, the work must be inspected and approved first before covering or using it. Now, if the said work or any part of plumbing system had already been covered, all the covered part shall be uncovered for the inspection and testing as provoked in this section. Now, next section, testing or section 501.2. As you have noticed, testing is being separated from the inspection. Is there any difference? Is there any difference? The answer is yes. And what are their differences? By referring in different definitions from the internet, I would briefly say that inspection is the process of reviewing anything and documenting the observed data, and that data will be the basis for testing. While testing generally means to test the object or subject to find its limits. Responsibility. Again, it is the responsibility of the assigned, registered, and licensed master plumber to provide the equipment, material, or labor which are necessary for the inspections and tests. Media. During the inspection, all plumbing, drainage, and venting system pipings shall be tested with water or air. All plugs or cleanouts shall be removed to check if the testing medium, which is water or air, has reached all throughout the system. After that, the traps will be filled with water and shall be resubmitted again for the final test. Water test. This test is done to check if there is any leakage in the whole system. Before the application of water, all openings in the piping shall be tightly closed except in the highest opening to see if the water had overflowed in the system. If the system is tested in sections, each piping shall be tightly plugged except the highest opening of the section under the test, but no section shall be tested with less than a 3-meter head of water except the uppermost 3 meter of the whole system. If you don't have an idea what is this head of water, this is the picture which shows example of what is this head of water. The water shall be kept 15 minutes before the inspection starts. Air test. In air test, an air compressor shall be attached to any suitable openings while closing all inlets and outlets of the system. The pipe system shall have a uniform gauge pressure of 34.5 kPa, or to balance a column of mercury, which is 254 mm in height, or to balance a column of mercury, which is 254 mm in height, after the air is forced into the pipe system. The pipe shall maintain the required gauge pressure for at least 15 minutes. Building sewer test. This test is done to check if the building sewer is watertight at all points when it is connected to any available public sewer or private sewage disposal system. Stated in this section that the building sewers shall be tested by plugging the end of the building sewer at its points of connection with the public sewer or private sewage disposal system and completely filling the building sewer with water from the lowest to the highest point thereof, or by such other tests as may be prescribed by the administrative authority. Water piping. Upon completion of a section of the entire hot and cold water supply system, it shall be tested and proved tight under the water pressure not less than the working pressure under which it is to be used plus 50%. Say, for example, if you have a 50 kilopascal of working pressure, so 50 plus 50% of 50, which is 25, will be 75. Therefore, the system shall hold the 75 kilopascal water pressure when tested. A 344.5 kilopascal of air pressure may be substituted for the water test. Either both methods shall withstand the test without leaking for at least 15 minutes. For defective systems, an air test shall be used in testing the tightness condition of the drainage or plumbing system of any building premises when there is no reason to believe that it has become defective. Only if the inspector had noticed some defects, such as insanitary condition of the said system. For moved structures, whenever all or some parts of the plumbing system of a building are moved from one foundation or location to another, it shall be completely tested again in the same process as the newly installed plumbing system, except when walls or floors need not to be removed during such test, as all coverings must be uncovered when the inspection is done. But still, another means of equivalent inspections shall be done. Protectively coated pipe. So the person involved for inspection and testing must be careful to avoid any damage on the outside coating of the pipe, as conformed to section 501. Test for shower receptors. Shower receptors shall be tested for water tightness by filling the water to the level of the rough threshold. The test plug shall be placed so that both upper and under sides of the sump pan should be subjected to the test at the point where it is clamped to the drain. And that's all for section 501, inspection and test. Proceeding to the next section, section 502, maintenance. Under this section, the owner or his agent shall maintain the plumbing and drainage system of his premises under the jurisdiction of the plumbing authority in a sanitary and safe operating condition. So, in this section, the owner just need to maintain the installed plumbing and drainage system. This can be done by hiring a master plumber who will check and repair if there is any leakage or defects have detected. Next section, Section 503, or the existing construction. If there is already an existing plumbing or drainage system, there shall no need of any changes as long as it is installed and maintained properly in accordance with the law during effective date of this code, except when determined by the administrative authority that there is in fact dangerous, unsafe, insanitary, or nuisance and menace to life and property. And here we go to the last section of this chapter, Chapter 5 of the Revised National Plumbing Code of the Philippines. Section 504, or the Health and Safety. This section simply provoked that any plumbing system must be repaired or installed with additional plumbing and drainage facilities if determined or observed that there is any nuisance or any other dangerous or insanitary condition in which health or safety hazard is concerned. So that is all the sections covered in Chapter 5 of the Revised National Plumbing Code of the Philippines. That is all of my part, and thank you for watching my video. That's all, and thank you for watching my video.